Hello, hockey fans. Well, day six of the this year's Stanley Cup playoffs are in the books. It was an abbreviated day. I think the NFL draft coverage, kind of had to do something to do with that. But only two games were played. And here's how the first one went down. Oh boy, the Lightning are done. They are absolutely 100% finished. I mean, it's amazing. I cannot believe how the Lightning was just letting the Florida Panthers just slap them around like that. And it's just awful how they're playing. I mean, here's how it's been so far. The Bolts didn't have an in-game lead in the series until this game when they went up 2-1. They have a grand total of 7 goals in this series. Steven Stamkos has 3 of them. Nikita Kucherov, who's up for the Hart Trophy. Remember the playoffs have nothing to do with MVP consideration. But Nikita Kucherov, who finished the season as the points leader, won the Hart Ross Trophy, 3 points, 3 games.
I gotta get back to this. Yeah. Don't wait to upgrade your phone.
4 points leads the team. That's Stamkos. He has 3 goals and a helper. The other goals came from Brandon Point, Tyler Mott, Nicholas Paul, and Brandon Hagel. Victor Hedman doesn't have a goal. He has 3 points, all helpers.
And breadth and height.
It's implorable how this team is playing. And of course, Vasilevsky, he's affected by this. Of course, 0-3 record. Of course, 0-3 record. Goals against average 3.01, 9.04 save percentage.
Love the love, resolve the mess.
It's just not good. It is not good. I just can't believe they let Florida, of all teams, just slap around like that. It's over. It really is over. I'm not just talking about this series. I'm talking about the window. It's pretty much shut. I don't see them recovering from this. And speaking of teams who are done this year, you know, at least in the case of the Islanders, we pretty much knew Carolina was going to beat them. Because for some reason, this was the series I had going 7. I don't think it's even going to go 5. This Islanders team is checked out. They checked out once the playoffs started. Though, really, actually, I take that back. They checked out before they clinched the spot. This team had been up and down for a vast majority of that last month or so of the season. But because the Eastern Conference below them is such a mess, the Islanders managed to make it, and they managed to get 3rd place in the Metro. But this team is just not good. They're actually even though they've got better placement, they are somehow worse than they were last year.
What's that?
It's frightening how terrible this team is. Anders Lee is leading the team in points with 3. 3.
Okay.
For Cale Makar, that was game 1.
Wow.
I mean, it is awful. I mean, and Waugh experimented because he thought, well, maybe Varley didn't have it. Of course, he would know. He coached Varley with the Avs. So maybe Varley just didn't have it. After all, we all saw how game 2 went. So they started Sorokin, because Sorokin was the golden goose had been the golden goose for the Isles for the last few years. He wasn't enough. He couldn't do it. Now, granted, they only scored. Granted, they didn't really do much scoring-wise, but Sorokin wasn't the answer either. This team, I don't think it's a goaltending issue. This team just doesn't have the offense. They've always been like that. Even during their long runs in 20 and 21, they were kind of like those COVID-affected years. Even with those long runs when they came this close to the Cup final, this team was not really a team where you go, they'll score a lot of goals. They're not the Rangers. They're not the Maple Leafs. They're not the Avalanche. This is not a team that's explosive offensively. They're not. They haven't been. defense has been their thing, and they've had the goaltending, but you need to put the puck in the net. And this isn't going to cut it. So, yeah, they're screwed too. So, it looks like, so as a result, we have 2 elimination games coming up on Saturday. The first 2 elimination games of this year's playoffs. Game 4 of each of these 2 series takes place on Saturday, but that's Saturday. Tomorrow, it's stacked. We have 4 games. We have 4 games on tomorrow, and they're all game 3s. The series shifting game 3s. You have game 3 between the Rangers and Capitals. The scene shifts to our nation's capital for that, and the Rangers up 2-0. That's the only 2-0 series that's going to be in play tomorrow. The rest are 1-1. The Vancouver Canucks and Nashville Predators. That series shifts to Nashville, and who's coming off winning game 2 and looks to kind of capitalize on the fact that they won't face Demko in this series. Game 3 between the Jets and the Avalanche. The Avs are coming off that big game 2 win where Alexander Georgiev bounced back from that bad start in game 1, and now the scene shifts to Ball Arena in Denver. This could be good. Oh, and also the third 1-1 series in play tomorrow. Oilers and Kings headed to Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. The Kings are coming off that overtime win. Andre Kopitar with that overtime goal early in the period, and it's 1-1, and LA looks to take advantage of the home ice. I hope they do. So yeah, it's going to be a stacked playoff Friday. It's going to be interesting. That day will be day 7. Yeah, the first week will be over on tomorrow. But that is my recap of day 6 of this year's playoffs. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. And I'll be back tomorrow with a recap of tomorrow's action, hopefully with some good news. So stay tuned.